due is certainly going to play its part. I think these three teams will certainly be challenging for India. And I expect Abhishek to continue the kind of form that he is in. Who will be the finalists? India versus? How big a factor will due be at this time of the year in the World Cup, and how should India address it when selecting spinners for the playing 11? Of course, due is certainly going to play its part, especially during February and during the time of the World Cup. Late evenings is not easy. And I think as spinners, you tend to sort of get used to bowling with a wet ball. It's nothing new. However, the one aspect that India can certainly feel comforted is, I don't think it affects someone like a Varun Chakravarti because of the grip that he holds and the speed at which he bowls. I don't think due will come into that much of a bother. Yes, it's not the same. If it's a dry ball, of course, it'll be easier. But with a wet ball, I don't see Varun struggling that much. And similarly, Akshar Patel too. I think the one person who will probably find it a bit difficult would be Kuldeep Yadav with a wet ball because of the style at which he bowls. But having said that, Kuldeep is also used to. So I feel, yes, it will affect, but not to that extent because of the way that these three spinners bowl. The one spinner who may feel a bit tough would be Kuldeep, but Varun and Akshar should be comfortable with that. Some of India's venues might have heavy dew and small grounds. Should this prompt India to tweak the spinner selection or play their best 11 regardless of venue and conditions? Like I mentioned, it shouldn't really matter. You should still look to play regardless of the venue and conditions, the best 11. And if the best 11 against on that surface against a team that India is playing feel that they need to play all three spinners, so be it. Or if it's just the two spinners, then of course Varun will probably be slightly ahead of a Kuldeep, especially if you know that it's going to be really wet when India bowl second, if that happens. So yes, regardless of venue and conditions, I feel India should play their best spinners. Do you agree with this statement? This is India's World Cup to lose, and explain why. I think in terms of when it comes to World Cups, it's not easy. Back-to-back World Cups, especially in T20 format, no team has been able to defend its title. And this is a great opportunity for India. Due will depend on the wins, but I certainly believe that India has a great chance to win the World Cup and make it a really special one, winning back-to-back. Who will be the toughest opponent for India in this World Cup? I think any T20 format, all matches are going to be tough. But I certainly believe that Australia and England and New Zealand, I think these three teams will certainly be challenging for India. It's not going to be easy against any side, but in a World Cup, if India have to face any of these three teams, I think it's going to be a massive challenge. Prediction time. Who will be India's top run scorer in the tournament? That's a tough call. I would still go with the openers. I would go with Abhishek Sharma. The way he is batting, the way he looks to dominate opposition right from ball one. And not just that, he gets big scores. And I expect Abhishek to continue the kind of form that he is in and give India the kind of starts that we've all got used to seeing. Who will be India's top wicket taker in the tournament? I'm a bit tempted to go Varun Chakravarti, but I still think it's going to be Jasprit Bumrah. The way he sort of gets his bowling going in key tournaments, and in World Cup, I would certainly expect Jasprit Bumrah to be at his best. And when Jasprit Bumrah is at his best, he's not just a restrictive bowler, but also a wicket-taking bowler. Which four teams will reach the semi-finals? India, Australia, South Africa, West Indies. India for sure. Between Australia, South Africa, West Indies, that's a tough call. I'll still go with Australia. We know how good Australia is in World Cup. So the other four teams are going to be England, New Zealand, Sri Lanka and Pakistan. I expect England and New Zealand to qualify. for the semi-finals. Who will be the finalists? India versus? That's a tough one. I think it's going to be India versus England.